Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little vest. The stitch that I used is the moss stitch. It's a beautiful stitch and very easy to make. It's just single crochets. Now this little vest here is for baby girls between 12 and 18 months. Now you can easily make it smaller or bigger. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you some information on how you can make it smaller from 3 months and bigger up to 24 months. So be sure to check that out. Also, in another tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add sleeves so that we can turn this into a nice little cardigan sweater. So be sure to stay tuned. Also, at the end of the tutorial, I leave you the finished measurements. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so let's get started and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 5.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this medium number 4 yarn. This is the brand of yarn that I'm using. It's called Brava Worsted Weight. This is a number 4 yarn. You can also use Aran weight yarn, as I'm going to be using this other color here. This is Stylecraft Special Aran in this lipstick red color, and I'll also be using some of this pale rose color by the same brand. The first thing that we're going to do is the yoke. So I plan to make the yoke a bit more colorful, so I'll be using those two colors there. Now to begin, I have 51 chains. If you want to make your sweater bigger or smaller, the stitch multiple here to the base chain is multiples of 2 plus 1. Now to begin, on the second chain from the hook, I'm going to make a single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next, and so on. This is how I'm going to continue for this first row. I'm just going to make single crochets. So continue and I will meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this first row. I have 50 single crochets. Now for the second row, chain 2 and turn. Here what we're going to do is we're going to skip the first single crochet, and into the second I'm going to make a single crochet, chain 1. Skip 1 single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet, chain 1. Skip 1 single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet, chain 1. This is all I'm going to do. Just chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the next a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the next single crochet, chain 1. Continue like this to the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row. I have 2 single crochets here left, and then I did a chain 1 here. So into the last single crochet, insert your hook. Now I'm going to introduce the new color here. So with both colors, I'm going to grab a loop here like this and close the single crochet like this. See, I have the gray and the red. And now with the red color only, close, chain 2 like this. Now pull on the gray here so that this stitch here closes, and now the red color is our main color. Now turn, and now inside each one of these chain 1 spaces, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Now chain 1 again, jump to the next chain 1 space and do the same thing. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then chain 1, jump to the next chain 1 space and do single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, jump to the next chain 1 space, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, jump to the next chain 1 space and do the same thing. This is all we're going to do. Continue like this, and I will meet you at the end of this third row. I'm here at the end of the third row. I have 23 of these clusters. Now here at the end I did a chain, and to finish we're going to go here on top of this last chain right there, and we're going to make a single crochet. But I've already cut my yarn, so I'm just going to grab both colors like this, and I'm going to grab a loop and make my single crochet. To close this single crochet, I'm going to do it with this pale rose color like this. Perfect. Now chain 2, turn, In this row, what we're going to do is the following. We have the first chain one space, so insert your hook right there and make a single crochet, chain one. And then we have our first cluster, and right in the middle we have the chain one space. So go in there and make a single crochet, chain one, and then we have the chain one space, make a single crochet, chain one, and then we have the next cluster, and right in the middle of these two single crochets we have that chain one space, so insert your hook there and make a single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, right in the middle of these two, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, in the middle of these two, single crochet, chain one, and so on. This is all I'm going to do for this fourth row, and that's what it looks like. So continue like this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you there to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end. I have a chain one here at the end, so to finish I'm just going to go on top of this last stitch right there, and here I'm going to introduce the gray color. So in the previous row, the second row here, I had not cut my yarn, so I'm just going to grab both colors like this, and with the gray color I'm going to close this single crochet. Now for the fifth row with this gray color, chain two and turn. In this row, what we're going to do here is inside each one of the chain one spaces, you're going to make a single crochet, chain one, jump to the next and do a single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, and so on. This is all we're going to do. Don't forget to chain one after you do your single crochet. Single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one inside each one of the chain one spaces from your previous row. Continue like this to the end of this fifth row. I'm here at the end of this fifth row. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. So here to finish, I have one chain here. We're going to go on top of the last single crochet. I'm going to stop using this gray color and I'm going to bring in this red. So with both colors, grab a loop, bring it through the front with the red color, close this single crochet, pull the gray, and then chain two, turn, and here we're going to do the same thing we did on these two rows. Inside each one chain one space, you're going to do a single crochet, chain one, into the next, single crochet, chain one, into the next, single crochet, chain one. That's all I'm going to do for this sixth row, so continue like this and I will meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this sixth row. Here at the end I have a chain. Now to finish, we're going to go here to the end of this last stitch right there, and we have this pink here. We're going to grab both colors, the red and the pink, and we're going to grab a loop like this. Now to close this single crochet with the pink, you're going to close the single crochet and now leave the red there, chain two with the pink and turn. Here we're going to do the same thing we have done in these last three rows. Inside each one of the spaces, beginning here where we did the last chain here, make a single crochet, chain one, into the next, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one. That's all we're going to do for the seventh row, so continue and I will meet you at the end of this row. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'm here at the end of this seventh row. Here at the end I have one chain. Now we're going to start the next row with the gray, so to finish here we're going to go here to the side where we have these two chains and we're going to grab a loop like this with both colors. Now with the next color, finish closing this last single crochet. Now there's no need for you to cut your yarn, as you can see, so once we finish this row in gray, you're going to grab the red color and then start the same row and then come here to the end and then finish your row with the red and then grab this rose color. And that's all we're going to do. Now for the last four rows, I've had a total of 50 single crochets for each row, not counting the chain one space. So from here on, that's what you're going to have. Remember, here at the end we finish with a single crochet, then we chain two, so those two chains count as one stitch. So in total 50 single crochets for the last 4 rows that we've had. So in each row you've had 50 single crochets. Now from here on you're just going to continue in the same way. We're just going to make these rows of single crochet chain 1, and we're going to change color. So here with the gray color I'm going to chain 2. This is going to be the 8th row, and turn. And into this first chain 1 space you're going to make a single crochet chain 1, into the next space single crochet chain 1, into the next space single crochet chain 1. You're going to continue like this to the end of this row. Here at the end you're going to finish by making your last single crochet here at the end. Grab both colors and then start your next row in this red color, and then continue for the 9th row. And then when you finish the 9th row you're going to stop using the red color and pick up the pink, and then continue, and so on. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do from here on, so continue watching and I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I finished the 10th row, which was in the color pink. So far I have done a total of 7 rows of chain 1 single crochet. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now for the 11th row we're going to chain 2 and turn. Here in this row we're going to make an increase. So this is how you're going to do the increase. Into this first chain 1 space you're going to make a single crochet chain 1. Into the next chain 1 space you're going to do a single crochet chain 1, and then a single crochet into this same space. Here's the increase. Again, chain 1, into the next make a single crochet chain 1, and into the next one you're going to repeat the increase. Single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1 into the same space, and then 1 single crochet chain 1, and into the next repeat the increase. Single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1. This is all we're going to do for this 11th row, so continue and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this 11th row. Up to here I have 73 single crochets. Now to finish, don't forget to chain 1 here at the end, and we're going to grab both colors here so that I can make my last single crochet here where we have the 2 chains. So grab a loop like this, bring it through the front, and with the red color here finish this last single crochet. And now you should finish with 74 single crochets for this 11th row. Now for the 12th row, chain 2 and turn, and here beginning into this first chain 1 space you're going to make a single crochet chain 1. In the middle of these 2 single crochets we have a chain, so make a single crochet chain 1, then single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1. In the middle of these next 2, same thing, single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1, and so on. Continue for this 12th row in this way and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this 12th row. I have a total of 73 single crochets up to here. I need to make 1 more so that I finish with 74. So insert your hook here at the end where we have the 2 chains, and here we're going to grab both colors like this, and with the pink color I'm going to close this last single crochet. Now I have 74 single crochets. Now for the 13th row, chain 2 and turn. Now in this row, inside each one of the chain 1 spaces you're going to do a single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1, and so on. It's the same thing we did on these rows here, right here. The only difference is that we're now going to have 74 single crochets at the end of every row. Remember, the 2 chains count as a stitch, and so does the last single crochet that we do where we change colors. Now we're going to do this for a couple more rows. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue watching and I will let you know exactly how many more rows I'm going to do, and then we're going to divide the sleeves. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 14th row. Now in the next row, we're going to divide the sleeves. I have a total of 74 single crochets all around. So the yoke is done. It's measuring from here to here. It's measuring about 4 inches, which is about 10 centimeters. Now in the next row, we're going to divide the sleeves. So for the front panels, each one of them, I have 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I have a stitch marker. For the sleeves, I have 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then for the back, I have 18. And then for the other sleeve, 18 single crochets. And then here for the front panel, I have 10. So 10, 10, 18, 18, and then 18 for the back. Now, in this next row, we're going to divide the sleeves. I'm going to continue with just one color from here on. So for the first row, we're going to start counting rows again. Chain 2 and turn. And into this first chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1. Into the next, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and so on until you come here to the first stitch marker. I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to divide the sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 10 single crochets. I'm not counting the 2 chains here. I'm just counting the single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now to divide the sleeve, we're going to chain 4. Now we're going to skip 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and into this chain 1 space where I have my stitch marker, make a single crochet. Now chain 1, and into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and continue like this for the back side. I will meet you right about here where I have the next stitch marker to show you how we're going to divide the other sleeve. Okay, I did a total of 19 single crochets from here where we divided. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 single crochets for the back side. Now to divide the other sleeve, chain 4. Skip 18 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and into this chain 1 space here, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then continue and finish this front panel with the remaining 10 single crochets. I'll meet you here at the end of this first row. I finished making these last 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we have a total of 39 single crochets plus the 2 chains here at the beginning. So that's a total of 40 single crochets, or 39 single crochets plus the 2 chains. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn. Now in this row, we're going to make some increases here under the sleeve. So let me show you what we're going to do. Into the first space, make a single crochet, chain 1, that's 1 single crochet. Into the next, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 single crochets, and into the first chain right here, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and into this same chain, make another single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the third chain right here, make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet again. These 2 are the increases here. Now jump to the first chain 1 space of the back side. Don't forget to chain 1 here, and make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 into each one of the chain 1 spaces until you come here to this other end. I'll meet you here to show you how we're going to divide the sleeve. I finished making these single crochets for the back side. I'm right here into this last chain 1 space. Now you're going to chain 1 and jump to the first chain right here, and into this first chain you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and into the third chain right here make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then jump to the first, chain 1 space of this front panel and make a single crochet, chain 1, and then continue and finish this second row. I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I finished making this second row. I have a total of 45 single crochets plus the 2 chains here. So if you count the 2 chains, that's 46 single crochets. Now, for the third row, we're going to chain 2 and we're going to turn. Now here we're going to work these stitches in the same way. So into the first chain 1 space, make your first single crochet. That's 1, 2, chain 1, 3, 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 single crochets. Now we have the 2 increases that we did on the previous row. We have a single crochet, chain 1 single crochet. Into this chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then into this same space make a single crochet. Here's another increase. Then we have a chain 1 space between the 2 increases, make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Here's the second increase, and then we have the last increase, a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Right in the middle, into the chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Now we're going to go here into the first chain 1 space for the back side right here, and we're just going to continue. Here, don't forget to chain 1. I almost forgot. So just continue and work these stitches here for the back side, and I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to do the same thing we did here under this other sleeve. Okay, I finished making these single crochets for the back side. I'm right here where I have my last chain 1 space. Now chain 1, and we have the first increase. We have a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So right in the middle, make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then right here between the 2 increases I have a chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then right in the middle of these 2 single crochets make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So here you should have 6 single crochets. That's 2, 4, 6. Now don't forget to chain 1 here, and into this first chain 1 space make a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then again single crochet, chain 1, and so on. I'll meet you at the end of this third row. I'm here at the end of this third row. I have a total of 51 single crochets plus the 2 chains here at the beginning. Now for the fourth row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now into this first chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and I'm going to do this until I come to the stitches that we did under the sleeve where we increased. I'm going to show you what we're going to do there. We're not going to make any more increases, but if you feel that you need to make more increases, then you just do it in the same way that I showed you. You make 2 single crochets separated by a chain in the center. That would be the increase. Okay, so here we have the 2 single crochets, and in the center we have a chain 1 space. So make a single crochet, chain 1, and then we have the chain here separating the increases. Make a single crochet, chain 1, and then again we have the 2 single crochets, and in the center make a single crochet, chain 1, and then again we have a chain separating the increases, so make a single crochet, chain 1, and the last increase in the center make a single crochet, chain 1, and so on. So continue like this. Now just working your same pattern stitch until you come to this other end. Here you're going to do the same thing and then continue and finish this fourth row. I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of the 4th row. I have a total of 51 single crochets plus the 2 chains at the beginning. Now from here on, this is the row that we're going to repeat from here on. That's all we're going to do. So to start you off here, you're just going to chain 2 and turn, and inside each one of the chain 1 spaces you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and so on. From here on, we're just going to do this 1 row, and you're always going to finish with the same number of single crochets, which is 51. Not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do for the rest of the sweater. I may decide to change maybe a couple rows and do them in a different color just to give it some color here to the sweater. I may do it at the bottom though, but we'll see. Just continue watching and I'll let you know exactly how many rows. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I did a total of 32 rows. From here up to here where we divided the sleeves, we have 32 rows, and it's measuring from the top of the neckline down to the last row. It's measuring about 31 centimeters, which is about 12.25 inches. Now you can make this part longer here. I'm just going to leave it like this. Here at the end, right before I finished, I did 1 row in red and in pink, and then finish with the row in gray. Now this side here is going to be the right side, so you should finish right here on this side. If you want to make it longer, just make sure you finish here on the right side, because we're going to start making single crochets along this side. So from here on, I put a stitch marker here just to mark the right side. This is where I started my chain, so that helps you find your right side. There it is. So here, what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to make single crochets along the side. So to do this, we're going to chain 1, and into this same stitch where I did my last single crochet, make a single crochet, and then I'm going to skip this row here, and into this next row I'm going to make a single crochet. Now there is no right or wrong way of doing this. Here what I want to do is just have single crochets here, so that this part here is not it doesn't shrink, or there isn't too many stitches here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another single crochet into the next row, then I'm going to skip this row, and into the next I'm going to make a single crochet like this, and then single crochet into the next, skip this next row, and into the next make a single crochet, single crochet into the next row, skip this single crochet, and into the next make a single crochet. So you're going to do 2 single crochets, then skip 1 row, and so on all the way to the top. Again, like I said, there is no right or wrong way of doing this. The important thing is that when we finish this side, you're going to do the same thing on the other side, and you're going to have the same number of stitches. So continue, and I'll meet you right here, and I'll let you know exactly how many stitches I'm going to do. So I'll meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, did a total of 34 stitches. If you have less or more, it's okay. As long as this here looks okay to you, then that's fine. The important thing is that when we do the other side, you're going to have the same number of stitches. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 more rows. So we're going to chain 1, turn, and we're going to work our way down making single crochets. So like this. 1 single crochet on each one of the single crochets that you did, and you're going to have the same number of stitches. For me, I have 34, so I'm going to make 34 single crochets. Now when I get here to the bottom, I'm going to chain 1, turn, and then work my way up again, making the same 34 single crochets. I'll meet you back at the end of the 3rd row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 3 rows, and this is what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work the neckline here. So into this last single crochet, make a single crochet. This is the corner stitch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work front post single crochets all around. Now if it's easier for you, you can just work single crochets on each one of these chains to the end. I'm going to do this with front post single crochet. So to do this, we have the first stitch right here. So work a front post single crochet into the next front post single crochet, and then front post single crochet like this. That's all I'm going to do all around the neckline. So continue, and I will meet you at the other side. Okay, I finished making the neckline and this is what it looks like. Now what we're going to do is this side here, and we're going to make sure to have the same number of stitches as we did here on this side and the same number of rows. So to do this here, I'm going to go into this last stitch right there, and I'm going to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to work my way down, just making single crochets, and I'm going to make sure to have the same number of stitches as I did on the other side. For me, it was 34, so that's how I'm going to do this side here. So when I finish here, I'm going to chain 1, turn, and then work my way up for the second row. Here at the end of the second row, I'm going to chain 1, turn, and then work my way down for the third row. I'll meet you at the end of the third row. Okay, I went ahead and finished the third row. Here at the end, all I did was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and then pass my yarn through that last loop, and then I just hid my ends here on the inside. So this little vest here is done. I went ahead and added these buttons. Now these buttons here are, let me see, 1.5 centimeters, which is about a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. So you can use these buttons here in this size. Now here I did not add any buttonholes. What I plan to do is these holes that are left in between the stitches right here can be used as buttonholes, which is what I did here with this one. So this little vest is done. Now I'm going to do a 2-part to this tutorial. In another tutorial, I'm going to show you how to turn this into a nice little cardigan sweater where we add sleeves. So stay tuned for that. Now let me give you the finished measurements. From the top of the neckline down to the end of this last row, it's measuring about 34 centimeters, which is about 13.25 inches. Around the waist, it's measuring about 54 centimeters, which is about 21.25 inches. This part here, right across from the middle of the neckline down to this here, the opening of the sleeve, it's measuring about 13.5 centimeters, which is about 5.25 inches. So based on these measurements, this little vest and the little cardigan is going to be for little girls between 12 and 18 months. Now you can easily make it smaller or bigger. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you some information on how you can make it smaller from 3 months and bigger up to 24 months. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so this was today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.